Staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 ah. Hey, Maniacs.
Hey, Maniac.
Welcome to another spoiler-free mini episode.
Mini episode 11, The Stitcher Society, which covers season 22, episode 2. So what has happened is season 22 has been broken up like the previous season. So we'll get 2 episodes now, and then we will get 4 more in the fall.
Is that how they're releasing in the UK, too?
That's how they're releasing in the UK as well.
Okie doke.
So that means in the fall, we'll have to do 4 more mini episodes.
All right.
I would think it's probably going to be around December like it was 2 years ago.
I love watching brand new episodes.
Yep. They are certainly fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you know, our kind of episode schedule, we did a mini episode last week on episode 1 of season 22, which is The Wolf Hunter of Little Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's this episode. When we're in the middle, we dropped episode 82, which was, I've typed it a dozen times this week. What did we watch? Who are these people? Death in the Slow Lane.
Yes. There's just too many episodes swimming around in my head. I'm used to 1 episode a week. This 2 episodes a week, it's doing my head in. I'm like, who killed who? What?
We're doing 2 episodes a week in multiple seasons.
Yes. It's like the time warp going on in my brain.
Yep. And then episode 83 is Dark Secrets, which is the one with the hoarders.
Yeah. So we get back to a weekly schedule.
Yep. And then episode 84 will be May 10th. Echoes of the Dead. That's the one with the bride in the bathtub. Oh, that's a good one. Another couple of things. First of all, the hottest question. Do you know the hottest question on the internet?
Is it about Betty?
Yes, it is about Betty. Where is Betty in episodes 1 and 2? It's been on the Reddit threads. It's been on the Acorn Facebook page and the Midsomer Murders Facebook page.
I think the answer is a bit obvious.
Yeah.
Clearly, they've sent her away to boarding school.
No. No.
They're keeping her in the basement?
Yes.
Okay.
Clearly, the answer is Betty's actual parents.
She's on another show now?
The actress's actual parents.
Don't want her to get COVID?
Don't want her to get COVID. So didn't put her in the bubble with these episodes. Which makes absolute sense.
It's just evidence, though, that all you need to convince people that you have a child is just to scatter their crap all over the house. Nobody ever needs to see the kid to know you have a kid.
You got to remember, when this is filming, all these people have masks on as soon as the camera stops.
Yeah.
Like, these were filmed at the height of COVID.
You can even sort of see just the spacing in the blocking of scenes, that they're kind of allowing people a little bit of extra room, with some exceptions.
Yeah.
But
yeah. They definitely are making it as safe as possible for the actors.
But it doesn't hurt the episodes at all.
Nope.
They're doing a great job. So.
It's the magic of filming. Ooh. Oh boy. The Stitcher Society. Do we have a good one here?
So every once in a while, you get a premise in Midsomer that you have to go, really? Okay, I'm just going to suspend my disbelief because I love Midsomer.
Yep.
And I'm doing it again here because the whole premise of this episode is there's this private club that people who have had heart bypass surgery join because it's a life-altering experience. And by being together and by experiencing new things and learning new skills and exercising together, they overcome the trauma of that experience and find their confidence again.
Which I can totally understand in a city of Toronto with 4 million people.
Even a smaller city than that. Absolutely. Yeah. In a little village like Tamworth Springs, which is the first time we've been there, by the way.
Yes, it is.
This is a new village. It's as if everybody over 50 has had open heart.
It's more likely that these people are swingers than they all have had heart surgery.
Well, I got to wondering, is it possible for there to be such a high concentration of cardiovascular disease in one village that doesn't have, a coal mine or something in it that would be the environmental
Yeah, I remember
cause?
hearing about in in the late 80s and early 90s, these things called cancer maps, where they would map cases of cancer and find that pollutants were causing people to die in bunches.
But not arterial blockages.
No.
Right?
No.
But I did a little bit of research.
Okay.
Believe it or not, it is absolutely possible for there to be cholesterol in water supplies.
Ick.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I don't like the tap water. It's too cholesterol-y.
It's got big blobs of fat in it.
It's like butter.
Yeah, it's like butter water. Yuck. It's also possible to see a slight uptick in cardiovascular disease in an area where the diurnal patterns are weird. So if you live someplace that has like long periods of darkness, that can affect cardiovascular health.
I wonder if that happens to people in Antarctica.
I don't know.
By the way, if you haven't watched The Head on HBO, there's a show, man.
It's about a head.
It's about a head.
Oh, yeah.
In Antarctica.
And it's not a bathroom. It's not like the head on a ship.
No.
It's a head. Anyway, that was a side there. The other thing that can cause clusters of cardiovascular disease is apparently temperature fluctuations. So global warming could increase cardiovascular disease. If the temperature of a place rises more than 10 degrees, it causes increases in cardiovascular problems. I don't think that's happening in Tamworth Springs.
No, I think it's the buttery water problem.
It's probably the butter water. Oh, well, I'm just going to call it Butter Springs now.
So there's another thing we want you to look at. Obviously, the people at the Costin Police Department have good eyesight.
Oh, boy. The extras at the cop shop are always interesting, right? The posters, the stuff in the background, the people buzzing around. But in this episode, there is a very special lady. She's sitting at a desk. She's in the foreground of the shot rather than in the background. So she's easy to see.
They're mixing it up.
She's leaning way into her monitor, looking at it very closely.
Yeah.
Because apparently she's reading microfiche in its original size on her monitor. She has, it's half of her monitor is divided into 8 separate documents.
This is how closely
at
we
the
watch
size
this
they
show.
would have to be if they were side by side on one half of her monitor. And she's leaning so far in because she's reading like 1 point type.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the actress is trying to look really busy.
Yes.
But wow, what is she supposed to be doing? She must have said, "You want me to do what? What?" And this is, okay. Okay. I'll lean way in. All right.
Another thing that I noticed was, and I've referred to this in a couple episodes, when they film in a pub, right? Pubs have taps.
Yep.
And that's to pour draft beer or cider.
Right.
And those taps have logos on them, usually.
And they're really good at being smart about those logos.
Yes.
The set dressers are really smart about them.
The set dressers have a Costin Ale.
Mm-hmm. That comes in different flavors.
Well, no, originally it's just Costin Ale.
Oh, just one.
This is the first appearance of a new flavor.
Oh.
Yes. So
pay attention to that.
Pay attention to that. And then beside those handles, because they screw on and off, so they must
but these are just taped on them like coasters.
No, I think the Costin Ale ones are actually screwed on.
But this time we've got a new brand.
Yeah, there's a new brand with a beautiful logo for you to look for.
Yeah, look for that. You'll also see a familiar face if you remember the relish episode with the family who argues over the relish factory, and then we had Dexter in his G-string in the bottle sanitizer.
We had quite the discussion about Dexter's ass.
Dexter's thong.
Yes.
Yeah. So the sister from that episode, that actress, is in this episode too. She plays Alberta Toombs.
Yes.
The paintings in her lounge are interesting.
Yes.
They're the creepiest family portraits I've ever seen.
They are.
Pay attention to them.
There is some, and there's also a lamp with writing on it.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
It looks like somebody took the Declaration of Independence or the Magna Carta and turned it into a lampshade.
Stuck it on a lampshade.
I don't understand that.
It's
so
a
look
weird,
for those fun things.
It's a weird room.
Yes, yes. Sure. It's got red walls. You'll know when you're seeing it.
Yeah, it's so bright. The walls are so bright in that room.
I don't mind that. It's pretty.
And then,
but the art is funky. So in the episode, because it's all about heart patients, there is an incident that requires somebody to give somebody else CPR, and they sing a song to give themselves the rhythm of the song, right?
So they sing Nellie the Elephant, which is a 50s song that was turned into a cartoon in the 90s.
It's a disturbing cartoon because
weird.
The elephant wears a skirt and panties, but no shirt. I don't like it.
It's strange.
I don't like it.
Lulu sang the theme for that version of it, but that's been replaced by Staying Alive, mostly from a campaign that has Vinnie Jones in it, who is an ex-football player who plays gangsters now in movies.
But if you think about the rhythm of CPR, it's staying alive, like that's the speed you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
I prefer that over Nellie the Elephant packing her trunk.
Yeah,
trunk.
it's a weird.
It's got too much Trump in it.
Yeah, it does. And we've definitely had too much Trump.
Ooh, here's another fun thing to look for as you're watching the episode. On the Village Green in in Butter Springs. I'm just going to call it Butter Springs.
Butter Springs.
In Butter Springs, there is a monument that has a hidden soldier. See if you can spot
the hidden
soldier in the Village Green.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
It's actually very cool.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
But you got to be looking for it or you won't see it. You got to watch like a maniac or you'll miss it.
And for 5 bonus points, you should be able to tell roughly what time of year it is.
Oh, yes, you're right. You're right. So. Yeah. From the hidden soldier will tell you what month it is.
Yeah.
Very good. I hadn't thought about that.
And then the last thing I want to talk about is Hannah Waddingham, who's in this episode.
She plays Mimi Dagmar, the real estate agent.
Yeah, who is kind of like a crazy, incredible person. First of all, both her parents, opera singers on the stage in London.
Oh, wow.
Both of her parents.
To grow up with both of your parents being opera singers?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Needless to say, it might be unexpected, but she can sing.
I bet she can.
And she does musicals.
Okay.
So she's done quite a few musicals, but there are a couple of parts that are interesting with her.
You'll know her in the episode because she's the very tall, blonde real estate agent.
And she's known for being two things, very tall and very blonde.
Yes.
She's only 5'10".
That's kind of tall for a woman, though, especially somebody who regularly wears heels.
Yes.
If you wear a couple inches of heel, that makes you very tall.
So she's been in a couple of things, right?
That are really unlike this role.
Yeah, she was in Partners in Crime. Did you know that?
No.
The new version, she plays the blonde assassin.
Surprise.
Yes.
The role I'm so impressed by that you had to point it out to me was that she was in Game of Thrones.
8 episodes.
And she played a rather nasty person in Game of Thrones.
She plays Septa Unella.
The nun that tortures Cersei.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't recognize her because, of course, she's a nun, so she's not wearing her heels.
Yes.
And she's got thing over her head, so we don't see her blonde hair.
And she wears big robes because part of those episodes she's pregnant and part are after she's had the baby.
Well, that would hide it.
Yep.
But man, is she nasty.
She is the nasty.
Woo!
She's also been in Sex Education with Gillian Anderson and Midsomer Murders and Mimi Dagmar. But the latest thing she's in is Ted Lasso, which just got renewed for a second season.
That's the soccer show?
So Ted Lasso.
Football, soccer.
Yes. Sorry. If you don't have Apple TV, Ted Lasso is a feel-good series about a woman. She plays a woman who has been divorced, and she gets a soccer team as part of the divorce proceedings and plans to run it into the ground because her husband loved this team. And so she hires an American football coach
to coach the soccer team.
And it's funny and heartwarming.
We don't have Apple TV either, so we haven't seen this show, but it's done very well. It
is very popular now.
It looks like it's probably pretty good.
Yep. I watched a single scene and a tear came to my eye.
Aww.
So it's pretty good stuff.
So that's the Stitcher Society. So let's summarize. If you're going to watch like a maniac, look for the following. The lady reading microfiche on screen.
The soldier in the village
The
green.
hidden soldier. Look at the paintings in Alberta Tomb's lounge.
The beer handles in the pub.
Listen for Nellie the Elephant.
Yep.
And I think that's it, because you're not going to see the butter in the water.
No, you're
They
not.
don't really
you're
show
not
that
gonna
on
see
screen.
the butter on the water.
The thick cholesterol-laden water.
So they're also trying a new thing this season. I don't know if it goes back other seasons, but certainly we noticed it in this season. They're doing these montages over the credits.
Yeah, so instead of doing like a montage of like village scenes and people out and about and walking on the high street, they're doing these thematic montages. So in the first episode of season 22, the montage was somebody roasting a marshmallow over a campfire. So we saw the stick going through the marshmallow and stuff. And this time it's a kendo montage.
Yes. We haven't even started to talk about the kendo parts of this.
Oh boy, we got to save something for when we actually talk about this episode in full, right?
Yes, we said kendo.
Yeah, there's martial arts.
Sarah asked me what this episode was about before she had seen anything about it, and I said ninja heart patients, and
That's
I
accurate.
wasn't wrong.
You weren't wrong. So that is the Stitcher Society. We hope you enjoy watching it like a maniac, and we look forward to hearing what you think.
Yep. Be ready for this episode to drop, and then the next Monday, our first episode of 82, which will be 83, which will be Dark Matters, will drop.
Yep.
So
That'll be our next regular episode.
you can find us on the Twitter and the Instagram. Speaking of Twitter and Instagram, you might have seen a post that we posted this week. We've been working with those Acorn people
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
They contacted us again, and if you're interested in joining Acorn,
Little discount code there.
there's a discount code that you can find on our Instagram bio or on our Twitter feed. Please hit those up. That, it's awesome that they're helping us out, and we want to help them out.
Absolutely.
So, also on the subreddit and Facebook groups for Midsomer Murders and Acorn.
Oh, if you're listening to this, you know where to find us.
Yes.
All right. Until next time. Bye, maniacs.
Bye, maniacs.
Keith, get out of that tree.
Keith, get out of that tree.